everyone, my name is Marissa Soto and welcome to my cooking show. I post here every week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated with all the fun stuff that we do here on my channel. Today we're going to be making the famous Kylie Jenner olive cake. You know, the one she posted on her Instagram story, and she cut that little circle in it and everyone was like, why are you cutting your cake like that? The one that she made famous. We're going to be making that one today, so be sure to stick around and we're about to really kill this. Today we're going to be starting off with our handy dandy mixer. You're definitely going to need one of these spring form oven pans. So first we're going to zest the lemon. What I'm going to use to zest it is this humongous cheese grater because I couldn't find my smaller one. But it's okay. If you're wondering why it's orange, it's because I've used turmeric on this before, and turmeric stains cheese graters apparently. But anyways, we're just going to grate a whole entire lemon and put it in our bowl. Oh, it's lemony. So we have our lemon zest in our bowl here. For those who like exact measurements, I would say I used about 1.5 teaspoons. So now we're going to just put our lemon zest in our cake flour, and now we whisk together, and then you're going to set this bowl aside for now. And now we're going to cut up half of a lemon, and I'm going to put about 1.5 tablespoons. Set this aside and we're going to use it later in our mixture. And right about now I'm going to turn on the oven and preheat it to 350 so that I could start going. So we're going to be using 5 eggs, and we're going to be using 5 egg yolks, 4 egg whites. I always have a separate bowl for my compost, so I always put eggs in my composter so that I could put it in my plants or the garden. Separate the egg yolk from the egg whites. And we're just gonna keep on going. Keep on going. And when you get to your last egg, the 5th egg, we're going to be using a separate container because we're not going to be using the egg white, only the egg yolk. Okay, so now we're going to be beating the egg yolks with the sugar. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the yolks to my mixing bowl here. That's the flour. I'm going to be adding 1/2 cup of powdered sugar to my egg whites. Leaving about 1/4 of sugar in here for later on. There's powder everywhere. Now we're going to be using our mixer, and we're going to be putting this on high speed. And we're gonna leave this on for about 3 minutes until the yolks are white looking, or a little less yellow, I guess. So this is the color that I was talking about. This is the color that your egg yolk should be at. Now you're going to reduce the speed down to a medium and add 3/4 of a cup of olive oil. This is what's going to be giving our cake the flavor and texture we desire. We're also going to be adding in our lemon juice, so just keep this at medium. We're going to need 1 cup of cake flour, and using a spoon, you're just going to slowly put in the flour. Now it is time to add in our 4 egg whites, but not to the mixing bowl. You're going to make sure to add it to a separate bowl. You're going to whisk the heck out of it until it becomes like a fluffy cloud. You're going to want to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You're going to slowly stir in the powdered sugar as you're beating the egg whites. If your arm hurts, don't be afraid to take a break and then get right back into it. I'm just going to go ahead and say that this is ready because I'm sweating. That took so much work, but it should look something like this, like a cloud, a fluffy, beautiful cloud. You can set aside these egg whites for just a second. All right, ladies and gents, we're almost there. You're just going to take some oil and you're going to oil the pan, and you're going to use parchment paper for the bottom, so just cut it into a circle. I'm just adding about like a drop of olive oil to this pan. So I put it on top of the parchment paper, So now the real fun starts. We're going to mix in about 1/3 of our egg whites into our egg yolk batter. And we're just going to gently put about 1/3 of this in there. Flip it around. Just keep adding it, gently tossing it around. And it should look something like this. And now we're just going to add it to our pan. You should have a springform pan, but any pan that's taller will do. You're just going to shake this twice to get the air bubbles out. Times we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of sugar to the top before we put it in the oven. All right, so it's on 350. We're going to set the timer and we're gonna set it to 45 minutes. So it's time to throw it in the oven, and let's see, I don't wanna drop anything. So while that's why do I have 2 forks? What the heck? So while that's cooking, I'm just gonna eat this lovely dinner that I prepared for myself and wait for it to finish cooking. All right, so it's out of the oven and ready to go. So this is what it looks like up close. It looks delicious. It's in 10 minutes. I'm just gonna take this knife here and I'm going to move it around the edges of the cake. So I have one of these little hatches on the side of my pan, and this is going to make it a lot easier to take it out. I don't know what is going on. This is so weird. So I had to bring in the pro because I can't figure this out for the life of me.
Here's the pro.
Here's my mother.
Hi everyone.
I can't undo this.
You can't undo this. Okay, well it's undone now.
Yeah, and I don't know why.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my goodness.
Yay!
Yay. See, this is why she has the magic touch. I don't know.
Muscles.
Thank you.
Okay, when do we get to eat it?
In about an hour.
Wait a minute.
It has to cool down.
Oh, it smells good.
Thank you. All right, now that we have that all figured out, I'm going to unveil. It looks so good. I want to eat it. But we can't eat it yet because we have to wait an hour at least for it to get to room temperature. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to stare at it for now. All right, so I'm just gonna put this cooling rack on top of it and flip it over. And then we have our paper here and we're gonna peel this off. And this is what it looks like. I think I'm gonna leave this part on top because of how smooth it looks. And I just wanna give it that aesthetic kind of look for the cake. I'm gonna use this spatula. I'm gonna slide it over on here. So the last part of making this olive oil cake is we're going to put powdered sugar all over the top and garnish it with rosemary. So we have powdered sugar all over the cake, and we're just gonna take a piece of rosemary and garnish it on top. So our olive oil cake is done and we're ready to dig in. The time has come to try the olive oil cake. Here it is. There's my mom patiently waiting to try the cake. All right, and I'm about to try my first piece. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It tastes like lemony with a hint of olive oil and cake, but it tastes like simple and kind of, what's the word, like delicate and fancy. If you could put that into like taste buds, that's what this tastes like. What do you think?
Well,
do you want to try it? Maybe she could describe it better than I can.
Okay, let's see. It's kind of spongy. Let's see. It's not too sweet. It's like really delicious.
Yeah.
I have to have another bite.
I love it.
You're right, it is lemony. It's kind of like a pound cake.
Yeah.
Good job, girl.
Thank you. All right, you guys, so this cake was really good. I hope you're able to try it out yourself. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you're updated with all that we have going on in the future. I try and post weekly cooking videos, so if you're interested in this and would like to make more videos, I'm starting a theme on my channel from food from around the world, and this cake was from Italy, but it's also a staple in many Mediterranean households. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time.